They are a pair of crippled beasts abandoned by the world. Being refined into materials is their ultimate destiny. But when I saw them for the first time, I decided to contract them as my first beast pets. My classmates around me scolded me for being poor and crazy. Even the shopping guide selling imperial beasts on the side. He is also advising me not to be impulsive. However, what they didn't know was, I can see through the fusion route of all the beasts. Advance to the legendary spirit beast with only certain materials. However, I have such awesome skills, but was ruthlessly abandoned by his parents. At this time, I was experiencing the summoning of the beast, which can only be done at the age of 18. At this moment, a voice suddenly sounded in his ears. Small visit. What is it? Hurry up and call. The person who spoke was a middle-aged man with majestic and angry eyes. It was my father Jiang Zhenhai. On the other side is his mother Su Yunyan. At this moment, her hands were tightly wiping the corners of her worn-out clothes. Hearing my father urging, I quickly placed my hand on the shimmering summoning orb. The eyes of his parents and younger brother next to him quickly came up. As long as you can awaken the highly qualified beast, it can make this poverty and fallen family soar to the sky. My brows tingled as if they were pierced by a steel needle. The summoning crystal ball shook for a while. Without warning, a violent pillar of purple and black light was shot out. The pillar of light instantly lit up the entire tile house. Purple light. It is an epic qualification. His father Jiang Zhenhai's face instantly turned red, and he shouted excitedly. My heart also stopped suddenly, and I was ecstatic. I actually summoned a pet beast with epic qualifications. The purple-black pillar of light converges. And what shocked the four of them even more, the summoned pet beast turned out to be a 2-meter-long young dragon. It turned out to be a dragon. Jiang Zhenhai gasped. I saw the moment. Its information automatically appeared in my mind. Name, Abyssal Demon Mosquito. Qualifications, Epic. Grade, Bronze First Order. Skill, Abyssal Breath. Shadow Pattern Killing. Evolution Route, Abyssal Hell Dragon Material. Abyssal Magic Crystal. Shadow Melt. Fusion Route 1, Eternal Tribulation Abyss Thunder Dragon equals Abyss. Demon Dragon, Live, plus Thunder World Worm, Dead, Material. Thunder Tribulation Source Core Tian Yuan Crystal First Birth Thunder Hoof. I can actually see the information about pet animals. Even evolutionary and fusion routes. As far as he knows, there is no such thing as a fusion of pet beasts in this world. Then this is my golden finger. Ecstasy instantly flooded my brain. Mom, save me. However, at this time, the cry of his younger brother Jiang Hai suddenly sounded in his ears. I was still immersed in joy and turned my head to look after hearing this. Only then did I find out that my younger brother Jiang Hai had also completed the summoning of the beast. And the one summoned was actually one. A digging mole with ordinary qualifications. How can it be the most garbage ordinary qualification? I suppressed the joy in my heart and frowned. I remember it as early as when my younger brother Jiang Hai was 6 years old. Was hit by the Lin family in Nanyang City at a glance. Became the fiancé of Lin Yuting, the little princess of the Lin family. And the proto Jiang Zhenhai over the years. I have been looking forward to my younger brother growing up and getting married. At that time, we will be able to soar together. But now Jiang Hai is just a waste who has awakened to ordinary qualifications. What Lin's fiancé will only become a bubble in the end. I saw my father Jiang Zhen. The ecstasy of the sea faded, and the eyes were determined, and his mother Su Yunyan also covered her mouth and burst into tears. An ominous premonition instantly came to my mind. Liner. Xiaohai finally got close to Lin Yuting, a rich woman. You can become a rich person in the future. This is a great opportunity for our family to soar to the sky. Jiang Zhenhai's voice was unquestionably determined. He looked at me with cold eyes. It seems that this one in front of you has just been called. The eldest son of an epic young dragon. Just 2 tools. Give your brother the little one you have called. Impossible. I firmly refused. A pair of eyes stared at his biological father. The biological father actually wanted to deprive him of his epic baby mosquito. To fulfill the future of Jiang Hai. Hee. It's really eccentric. It is what I called. It is impossible to give Jiang Hai. My voice was low and my eyes gradually became cold. I am not my predecessor. I have no feelings for the 2 people in front of me. The predecessor has long been unable to stand this pair of eccentric mothers. There is a plan to commit suicide. Even several times it was only the last step away from death. I was secretly shocked that having a second child was not scary. The most terrible thing is the partiality of parents. Xiaohai is your own brother. For your brother's future. Jiang Zhenhai took a step forward and instantly summoned a red-fisted baboon. For the Lin family. The red-fisted baboon touched its fists, and the silver-level momentum came to his face. I was so overwhelmed that blood overflowed from the corners of my mouth. This so-called biological father is really cruel to me. My son. At this time, a mournful cry came from his mother Su Yunyan. My heart raced, and I instinctively looked towards the sound. Sure enough, maternal love is the greatest in the world. However, the scene that came into view. But it directly pierced my last fantasy. Mother Su Yunyan did not pounce on her. Instead, he rushed in front of me and his knees went weak. Poof. His knees hit the mud heavily. Su Yunyan's eyes were pleading. Mother, please do it. Please return Xiaohai's future to him. While crying, she really wanted to bend down and kowtow. I quickly dodged. There is always only one real outsider in this family. I laughed angrily and turned my gaze to my brother Jiang Hai. Don't you have anything to say? Jiang Hai remained silent, his eyes full of fear. He didn't even dare to look directly into his brother's eyes and quickly lowered his head. I just looked at him like that. There was no refutation of the father. Nor did he refuse the tempting abyss demon dragon. His silence says everything. I looked at the three of them indifferently and sneered. There will be no more family members after this night. You will definitely regret it. Take a deep breath, the tone is extremely flat. Look at the abyss demon dragon flying quietly in the air. If the magic mosquito doesn't agree, he will find a way to take it away. The future is on the road to the strongest. This is the confidence that Goldfinger gave him. It has the ability to see the evolution of all beasts. Golden fingers of routes and fusion routes. I am very confident in my future. What about you? Do you still recognize me as a master? The vertical pupils of the demon dragon are like two obsidians. It is as cold as a stone, and there are no waves. In the face of my inquiry, it lazily shook its tail. Directly took advantage of the situation to wrap his younger brother Jiang Hai's wrist. It seems that he has recognized the thief's nest as his home. It is a noble dragon. Only Jiang Hai is about to be on the list. Only a rich woman's man can afford it. As for the poor master in front of him, it just wants to say that if it can't afford it, it will get out of here. I don't want to endure hardships with you for the rest of my life. Okay. In the face of successive quadruple betrayals, I laughed angrily. 5 fingers tightened a looming contract chain. Since you all want it, I will give it to you with my own hands. The force of the palm instantly broke the chain of contract. There was a sharp pain in my mind. You must know that the contract chain is broken. The damage is permanent. But don't let this kind of mosquito break the owner betrayal. I endured severe pain and blurred vision. I vaguely saw Jiang Zhenhai's burly figure rushing over. Hey, I regret it now. However, the fact was that Jiang Zhenhai snatched the demon Jiao crystal. Pressed the chest of Jiang Hai to complete the new main contract. Mother Su Yunyan covered her face and did not dare to look at him. And his good brother Jiang Hai. At this moment, the excitement couldn't suppress the corners of his mouth and laughed out loud. The anger of revenge in his heart has burned fiercely. I sneered. Isn't it just an epic mosquito? In the future, I will take back this traitor dragon with my own hands. Chop it up and make feed. Of course. And you. My eyes were cold, and I turned around and stepped heavily, walked towards the outside of the tiled house. This cannibal place. He didn't want to stay for a moment. Don't blame the dream. Father Jiang Zhenhai's voice came from behind. I sneered. Of course I don't blame you, but don't blame me for what you do in the future. Jiang Lin, I have a lot of you. Not long ago. You are just a lot of rivers and seas. I sneered and strode forward without looking back. Came to a fake hotel. I spent all my savings to pay for the week. In 3 days, the school will start the novice trial. Only those who have passed the novice trial, eligible to apply for Spark University. You must contract a beast before that. Spark University is the top animal school in the Spark Alliance. It is also a direct source of transmission to the otherworldly battlefield, if the Abyss Demon Mosquito is still there. A mere novice trial is easy. You can get the first place in the school. After all, the Dragon of Epic Qualifications is in. The entire Nanyang City has not been seen for 10 years. But now, thinking of this, I clenched my fists. When the novice is trial, we'll meet again. Rivers and seas. Wait. Early the next morning, I first came to the jewelry store. The jade pendant given by his grandmother was sold for 200,000 spirit coins. This is the baby my grandmother secretly gave me before leaving. After that, I took a taxi to Nanyang City. The beast merchant is at 10,000 beasts. The first 5 floors of the 10,000 beasts row are all selling various rare materials. Only the next 5 layers of qualified culture medium will sell imperial beasts. According to the qualifications, I came. 10,000 beasts walk 8 floors rare beast area. Further up, the epic beast zone 10. It may not open once a year. And the immortal beast area on the top level was more like an empty shell. I came to the 8th floor. Dozens of rare beasts of different shapes are neatly listed. Dozens of rare beasts of different shapes are neatly listed. Name, Silver Moon Wolf. Qualifications, rare. Grade, Bronze First Order. Skill, Silver Moon Wolf Claw. Capture the heart of the hero. Evolution route, Silver Moon Wolf King. Fusion route, Snow Walking Holy Wolf, Immortal, Silver. Moon Wolf, Alive, plus Snow Walking Fox, Dead. Name, Demon Bell Cat. Qualifications, rare. But when I look down, discover under each space cabinet, all are marked with 500,000 spirit coins. The Silver Moon Wolf was even priced at 800,000 yuan. Grandma's. 800,000. Why don't you grab it? I tightened the 200,000 spiritual card and touched my nose awkwardly. Hello. Do you have a cheaper one? I stopped a shopping guide and smiled brightly. The shopping guide did not show disgust. The expression shook his head and explained patiently. Guest. Here are already all the rare beasts. No matter how cheap it is, you can go to see the excellent level. I showed a look of disappointment, but I heard the shopping guide turn around. However, there are some in the warehouse on the first floor of the minus. The price of disabled products will be much cheaper. If you have an idea, I can take you to see it. But the quality of the residual product will definitely be much worse. Take me to see. I cut the railway. This is my only chance. However, since they are all disabled products, how could there be a beast with great potential? I follow the shopping guide to the negative floor. The air here is cloudy and cold and rusty. The mottled iron cage is randomly placed. These beasts will all be refined into materials after tonight. Since it can be sold, it is a beast that can be sold. They will not be supported all the time. I covered my nose and walked through the iron cage. Every time you pass through an iron cage, it will scan the beasts inside. Name, Shadow Mink with Dark Claws. Qualification, excellent. Status, right forelimb missing. Missing left ear. Name, Withered Flower Demon. Qualifications, rare. Status, the vitality has been lost. The remaining lifespan is 2 days. Sure enough. Still not. I was already a little disappointed, and my eyes swept over casually. But suddenly I saw an iron cage mixed with sewage in the corner. Just glanced at the dense one. The information is about to burst my sight. I quickly came over and found that there was a palm-sized in the iron cage. A small turtle with half of its shell completely shed. The little turtle took a breath of electricity when he met those clear eyes. I saw the strong plea in its heart. Name, Rotten Water Spirit Turtle. Qualifications, rare. Grade, Bronze First Order. Status, nearly half of the tortoiseshell crushed cannot be repaired. Skill, Spectral Rot Vortex. Decay Armor erodes the sky. Promotion route, Scale Erosion Demon Turtle Material, Water Spirit Chip. Demon Bell. Fusion route, 1. Rotten Armor Dragon Turtle, Immortal. The Holy Turtle of the Nine Abyss Lonely River, Legend. Household Solution Fairy Turtle, Legend. 26. Ice Demon Ancient Cold Xuanwu, Legend. 3 Rotten Armor Earth Spirit Turtle, live, plus Broken Horn Cold. Water Snake, live, material, Abyssal Sinking Coffin Fungus. Don't let the water sink into the dirt. Concentric Knot. There are 26 integration routes. I gasped. This is the beast I have seen the most fusion routes. And so on. I suddenly looked at the last route with a blank gaze. Ice and ancient cold Xuanwu. Legendary. Basalt. Is this the legendary Xuanwu I imagined? I was a little dry-mouthed, reaching out and slowly stroking the little turtle's cracked shell. The wanton smile of his younger brother Jiang Hai appeared in his mind again. The cold and indifferent hatred with his father won. It seems that I feel my revenge. There were bursts of burning from the cracks in the shell of the little turtle. I looked down, suddenly found that the phantom of the demon dragon was actually reflected in the sewage. Then the little turtle lifted the turtle's claws and scattered them. I smiled in surprise, my eyes full of appreciation. In that case, just use the magic mosquito of the rivers and seas, when Xuanwu's first stepping stone. As for the other beast, broken horn cold water snake required for fusion. It is a very coincidental thing that the underground warehouse of 10,000 beasts is the bank. There is a crippled broken horn cold water snake inside. I hurried before meeting the little turtle. The police glanced at it but didn't look closely. I carefully lifted the little turtle out of the rusty iron cage. Come to the iron cage of the cold water snake in another corner. One is less than half a meter in the dimly lit cage. The little black snake lay down. The wounds at 7 inches were already stupid. Name, broken horn cold water snake. Qualifications, rare. Skill, broken horn cold thorn. Frost and flower spit out. Evolution route, giant horn cold epic. Integration route 1. Extreme cold water lord, immortal. Ice Tusos, legendary. Ice Sha Gohan Xuanwu, legend. I was excited. The little guy in the cage who breathed his breath. At this moment, he also struggled to raise his little head. He carefully took out the cold water snake and put it with the little turtle. Hello. These two guys are going to be there. Good guest. But the injuries of these two beasts are too much. It's okay. Count mine. The shopping guide saw me with a persistent face. No more nodding and smiling. Good guest. These two imperial beasts were originally to be made into materials for secondary sale. In that case, let's calculate it according to the price of the material. One only needs 50,000 spirit coins. Completely within my acceptance. At this moment, I was in a hurry to take the little one back. Took out the spirit card and directly transferred 100,000 spirit coins. The shopping guide had a smile on his face. Take me back to the upper level of the 10,000 beasts. Don't worry. There is still 100,000 of this. You help me get 3 materials. I stopped the shopping guide who was leaving. Tell him the name of the material needed for fusion. Wait until the shopping guide leaves. At this moment, there are eyes in the hall on the first floor. All focused on me as if they were nothing. Look, that guy actually bought 2 crippled beasts. Poor crazy. What is this beast bought for? Should it be cumbersome? Ha ha ha. Unpleasant sounds came into my ears. The little turtle and the little snake in the palm of their hands shrank back. Guilt and loneliness make them unable to stop pulling. Maybe they shouldn't be alive. In this way, there is no need to be so kind. The owner of the house wasted so much money. I see everything in my eyes. Coldly looked back at those who spoke ill of each other. Carefully put the 2 little ones in front of you and whisper softly. Ignore those guys. You are not a burden, since you are my choice. That's the best in the world. The watery eyes of the 2 little guys were full of disbelief. When you hear it, carefully raise your curled head. The little ones in my palms nodded affirmatively. It's not my turn to be a beast to interject. This sentence seems to have magic. Deeply imprinted in the minds of the 2 little guys. At this time, the shopping guide trotted back and handed me 3 boxes. The materials needed for fusion are also exhausted. The remaining 100,000 spirit coins. Now my pockets are cleaner than my face. After receiving the materials, I left the 10,000 beasts and returned to the hotel. The hotel room is not big. 20 square meters with a single bed. There is not much space left after that. I closed the curtains in the room and even closed the gaps. The fusion process does not know what will happen. This kind of subversive cognition must not be discovered by others. I put the baby turtle and the little snake on the mat. Gently wipe off dirt and blood hernias from your body with warm water. Next, I will make you stronger. The process may be a little painful. If you can't hold on, scream. I found a way to stop. The 2 little heads nodded. I secretly vowed in my heart that I would endure it even if it hurt to death. They want to become stronger and protect such a kind master in front of them. I smiled slightly and then opened the 2 boxes. Take out the materials needed for fusion and sink the coffin fungus. The lonely water sinks into the dirt and concentric knots. I was well prepared. I'm going to start. The fusion process was very smooth. The 2 little guys even fainted in pain in the end. Didn't shout either. I look like I'm about to merge successfully, but the little guys who fainted were full of distress. Don't be so sensible next time. Even if I don't get stronger, I will support you for the rest of my life. At this time, a golden pillar of light was wrapped. The little ones exploded in the room. Invisible fluctuations penetrated the wall and rushed straight into the clouds. The light was as dazzling as a small sun. But fortunately, all the gaps in the room were tightly plugged. It didn't attract the attention of others. Nanyang City Lord's mansion. The City Lord Su Tinglon was discussing it at the moment. The matter of the crack in the subworld opened by the South Seas. This matter has been bothering me for half a year. She pointed to the map of Nanyang to arrange defense. Just about to speak. The next second, the entire conference table was pressed out with a crack. Su Tinglon's pupils contracted suddenly. Look up at the city through the window. This divine golden breath. She had never seen it. And the one who can burst out with this breath. There are only 2 possibilities. There is an unusually powerful subworld crack opening, or there is a legendary initial beast. But the latter one was directly denied by her. I haven't heard of the legendary initial beast in the past few years. How could it suddenly appear in Nanyang City? Visitor. She looked serious and her tone was suspicious. Immediately thoroughly investigate all subworld cracks around Nanyang City. At the same time, in the hotel room, I saw the golden light dissipate. Check out the baby turtle and the baby snake right away. But I found that the 2 little guys had changed a lot. Originally only a palm-sized rotten armor. The water spirit turtle is now 2 times bigger. It's almost the size of a basin. And the scars on the turtle shell have been repaired. It is even covered with a layer of ice blue lines. On the other hand, the broken horn cold water snake. At this moment, a small ice crystal bulb grew above his head. The length also reaches 1 meter. A black snake tail wraps around the turtle shell. The 2 little guys seemed to be stuck together, looking at the little guy who was still sleeping. Jiang Lin's eyes were full of shame. Stretch out your finger and gently stroke the little one. The original wound breathed a sigh of relief. At this moment, I was nervously checking. A new introduction from the little one. Name, Ice Evil Ancient Cold Xuanwu. Qualifications, Legendary. Skill, Tying Mysterious Mist. The Abyss is under heavy pressure. The Chariot of Xuanwu. Evolution Route, Beigong Zhenhai Xuanwu. Mythic, Material, Yin Yang Chaos Fish. Hollow Milk for 10,000 years. Holy Water from the North Sea. North Mercury Sand. Integration Route, no longer integrated. It actually happened. Legendary Xuanwu. I gasped. Legendary level. This is a powerful qualification that has only been seen on TV. It actually appeared. Today's little guys are not epic at all. The level of the Abyss Demon Mosquito can be compared. Not even an order of magnitude at all. I tried to calm my heart quietly, stroking the sleeping little one. Ye's betrayal still kept coming to mind. Tomorrow's novice trial. Rivers and seas. Don't mind if I, as a brother, receive some interest in advance. At this time, the novice trial awakens every year. It will be held on the 3rd day of the future. It is also the final assessment of graduating students. Those who pass the trial. Only then can you apply for the top university in the league, Spark University. The trial is simple. The 2 rounds of competition passed within the specified time. Points earned are ranked. Rushed into the top 1,000 in the league. Count as passing the trial to obtain the qualification to apply for Spark University. Nanyang Middle School trial entrance. They were all discussing the beasts they summoned. And finding strong teammates. I just came here. I saw an extremely familiar figure. My younger brother Jiang Hai. At this moment, Jiang Hai is building a bewitching building. Hot women talk and laugh. It was his fiancée Lin Yuting. And the Abyss Demon Mosquito flew overhead. Surrounded by students, they all wanted to hug Jiang Hai's thighs. Boss Jiang, you are really amazing. Actually summoned a dragon with epic qualifications. Nanyang City hasn't had an epic dragon in 10 years. The first place in this trial must be none other than the boss. That goes without saying. What strength is our boss? Taking the first place is not the same as drinking water. Boss, look at it. That's your brother. Jianglin no. A little brother stretched out his finger to me at the entrance. Jiang Hai turned his head and looked at each other. Boss, didn't you say that your brother summoned a waste digger? How did you become a bastard? I laughed and watched quietly. I want to see how this brother will explain. Jiang Hai was so furious that he touched his nose. At this time, Lin Yuting in her arms spoke first. The digging mole must have been thrown by him. I don't keep that kind of waste dog. And Jiang Lin is no longer Xiao Hai's brother. Pay attention to what you say in the future. He doesn't deserve this kind of waste. After Lin Yuting finished speaking, she was fed in Jiang Hai's arms. I couldn't help but laugh after hearing this. This younger brother's method of beating up is really amazing. When did he become a waste that summoned the gopher? But now is not the time for revenge. Wait until you enter the trial and then find an opportunity to collect a little interest in advance. Jiang Hai sighed helplessly, and that's it. Holding Lin Yuting and walking over. Brother, why do you need to find a waste king to die? I smiled coldly. It's a pity that you don't enter the entertainment industry with this talent. It is a rake. You have learned well. I don't want to argue with you about anything. Brother has one last word of advice for you. I paused, my eyes full of disdain. Waste is waste. Even if you rob someone else's things, it can't change the fact that it's waste at the bottom. After saying that, I turned around and left. Talking to this kind of scum is dirty to my mouth. Boss, this kind of waste can only be contracted waste. Why talk nonsense to him? I looked at Jiang Lin's back. There was a strong murderous intent in his eyes. Chopstick, it's all waste. You dare to call me. After saying that, he looked down and followed me. The bastard at his feet sneered. Abyss. Chop the broken shell of that bastard for me. The words just fell. The abyss demon mosquito burst out instantly. The purple dragon's tail became extremely sharp. Directly slashed towards Xianbao. Many people cast strange glances when the change occurred. Spray. This is miserable. His beast was seriously injured. Throat. Who let him have a younger brother who summons the dragon? In their opinion, I definitely didn't have time to react. Xianbao will at least be seriously injured this time. However, at the moment when the abyss demon dragon's tail was cut against the turtle shell, the water flow shield appeared instantly. Resist attacks. How is it possible? How did he react? This person has Gui. The important thing is that Wang Ba can actually block the dragon's blow. A burst of noise sounded around in an instant. Even Jiang Hai looked wrong. Impossible. At this moment, a chuckle came into everyone's ears. I slowly turned around and looked at Jiang Hai with playful eyes. I had long guessed that my useless brother would definitely sneak attack. If you can't just say it, you can use some indiscriminate means. Since you move first, then don't blame me for being rude. After I finished speaking, I was going to command Xuanwu to attack. But at this moment, the clock rang. The time has come. The novice trial officially begins. The words just fell on all the students around him. In an instant, they left in a swarm. I frowned slightly and stretched out my hand to stop Xianbao, who was about to attack. Jiang Hai found the opportunity to pull Linya. Ting's hand ran towards the entrance. Before leaving, I don't forget to turn around and say a sentence. Waste. Enter the testing ground, I see how you die. I sneered and looked disdainful. Just took Xianbao and walked towards the entrance step by step. Inside the trial space. At the moment I am in a dense jungle. The sky is covered with detection balls installed by various alliances. Make sure every place is under control. According to the rules, I need to kill monsters to get points. Hit the top 1,000 in the league. Hurry up and pass the trial first. Xianbao, we must win the first place this time. Xianbao is the name I gave Xuanwu. It is convenient to hide Xuanwu's true identity. Xianbao nodded heavily, his eyes firm. Xianbao will definitely be able to win the first place with the master. And the bad guy just now. It should also be severely punished. I touched Xuanbao's head and took it to the depths of the forest. Soon he met the first monster. A 2-meter-long giant wolf. The giant wolf has silver-blue hair. The sharp teeth flashed with electric light. Name, Thundertooth Wolf. Qualification, excellent. Grade, bronze 2nd order. Skill, lightning bite. Lightning raid. The first monster is the 2nd order, and it is also a thunder and lightning attribute. This does not bode well for most people. Even the slightest carelessness will lead to death. Hiss. Is the first one a bronze 2nd order? It was just used to test the strength of Xianbao. My brows furrowed slightly, and my eyes were confident. Xianbao. Use the chariot of basalt. Xianbao couldn't wait a long time. This is the first battle after its transformation. Hearing the master's order, Xianbao surrounded him. A layer of dark blue water waves shook, flying straight over. The water waves easily resisted the thunder and lightning bites of the Thundertooth Wolf. He even broke 2 teeth. Thundertooth Wolf flew out and smashed into the tree. Use the tiny mysterious mist. Xianbao opened his mouth when he heard it. Spit out a dark blue mist. Thundertooth Wolf was wrapped in water mist before he could dodge. With a deafening roar, the water mist dissipates. Only a complete wolf bone was left on the ground. Immediately afterwards, a cluster of energy light came from Thunderfang. The wolf's white bones rose and disappeared into Xuanbao's body. I felt the changes in Xianbao. It is estimated that only one more level 2 monster is killed. Little Xuanwu can be upgraded to level 2. But what surprised me the most, Xiao Xuanwu actually only used 1 move. The next step killed Thundertooth Wolf in seconds. Xianbao, you are amazing. Asken can't help but praise. The lower body just wanted to hug Xianbao, but I found that the little guy actually cried. Xuanbao's 2 pairs of big watery eyes. Looking straight at his voice, he called out twice. I understand that the little guy is too excited. The 2 little guys were in the dark before in 10,000 beasts. Has been in the underground warehouse for so long. Endure all kinds of demeaning and remorse. It will not even be refined into materials in a day. Now I finally survived and became so strong. That huge sense of gap was finally released. I thought of the miserable appearance when I first saw the 2 little guys. I can't help but feel distressed. He reached out and rubbed Xuanbao's head, comforting him softly in his ear. That day will not happen again. You will definitely become the strongest beast in the world in the future. The 2 little guys nodded heavily, tears running down their cheeks. I vowed to protect my master to the death in the future. Time passed slowly, and after Xiao Xuanwu slowed down, they continued to search for prey in the forest. After the experience of Thundertooth Wolf, this time I specially went to pick a stronger monster. The trial space well is not small. After more than 10 minutes, they finally met the 2nd monster. A bronze 2nd order poison-tailed scorpion. Although the poison-tailed scorpion is also a poisonous attribute monster, but compared with Xianbao, it is not great at all. Seconds later, it was corrupted into a bone. A cluster of energy light came from the poison-tailed scorpion's body. Li Xingteng submerged Xuanbao's forehead. When I saw this, I immediately checked Xuanbao's information. Name, Ice Evil Ancient Cold Xuanwu. Qualifications, Legendary. Grade, Bronze 2nd Order. Skill, Tying Mysterious Mist. The Abyss is under heavy pressure. The Chariot of Xuanwu. Evolution Route, Beigong Zhenhai Xuanwu. Mythical Material, Yin-Yang Chaos Fish. Hollow Milk for 10,000 years. Holy Water from the North Sea. North Mercury Sand. Integration Route, no longer integrated. Xianbao was directly upgraded to the 2nd level of Bronze. I haven't had time to rejoice yet. A large amount of spiritual power suddenly poured into his mind. Directly break through your own level to Bronze level 2. The level of the Beast Master depends on the level of the beast. And with the improvement of mental strength, there will be opportunities to contract more beasts in the future. I reached out and stroked Xiao Xuanwu's head. The little one was extremely happy to feel the temperature of his palm. After that, I took Xianbao in the forest. Look around for high-level monsters. Whether it's the 1st order or all the 2nd order monsters were taken. And his points are also rising like a rocket. Nanyang Middle School Trial Monitoring Room. The person in charge, Wu Yang, is busy uploading surveillance video to the Alliance headquarters. This is the only basis for recording rankings. And on the big screen of the monitor, it is real-time at the moment. Update the top 1,000 of the league. Wu Yang sorted out the trial video and heard a sound of footsteps behind him. It is Lu Yefeng, the principal of Nanyang Middle School. He hurriedly walked from Guangzhou to the big screen. The ranking on the question asked, "How? Among the top 1,000. A few of our schools are on the list." Wu Yang shook his head and looked disappointed when he heard this. The level of this session is not as good as the previous one. So far, there are only 3 on the list. Principal Lu Yefeng frowned slightly and shook his head in disappointment after hearing this. Wu Yang finished sorting out the latest video, passed to the Alliance headquarters and continued. And that's the summoning epic mosquito dragon. The river and sea rushed into the top 200. Points barely reach a grade. The remaining 2 are in the 800 open room. Principal Lu Yefeng shook his head and sighed. The situation is not so good for the entire league this year. Less than 200 points can reach a level. It looks like this. This year, the world challenge with the Succubus clan is going to be lost again. Wu Yang also sighed in disappointment. If the league loses again this year, it will be fine. Breaking a 10-game losing streak. Just when he was about to look away and continue sorting out the students' videos, the eyes see the bottom of the big screen. A name suddenly popped up. Nanyang Middle School. Jiang Lin. One more. Wu Yang smiled and was about to tell the principal the news. Suddenly found that the name rose as quickly as a rocket. It rushed to 500 in an instant. Principal, look. Lu Yefeng just planned to leave the monitoring room. After hearing this, he turned his head and looked at the league ranking. But it only takes a while. My name rushed directly to the top 100. And not only that, the points behind his name. It is also increasing at a terrifying rate. At this moment, it directly broke through the 2,000 mark. Lu Yefeng's pupils contracted and he was dead with that name. Why is this point growth rate so terrifying? The first reaction of the person in charge, Wu Yang, was that the data was wrong. You must know that even the rivers and seas of epic qualifications, the points are only in the early 1,000s. How can I do this directly in just a few minutes? It even surpassed 1,000 points. He hurriedly debugged various data and even reported it to the Alliance headquarters. The final result is no problem. Lu Yefeng took a deep breath and tried to stay calm, but the corners of his mouth couldn't stop laughing. Because at this moment my points have exceeded the 3,000 mark. Entered the top 10 of the league. It is only 600 points away from first place. And my growth has not weakened in the slightest. Quickly call up his video surveillance. Principal Lu Yefeng said sharply. If he remembers correctly, it is Jiang Hai's brother. But I heard that he only summoned an ordinary level digger. Wu Yang also realized the seriousness of the matter at this moment. Immediately bring up Jiang Lin's live video on the device screen. That's the top 10 in the league. Nanyang City has not appeared for hundreds of years. No, my name is catching up quickly. Now it has reached the top of the first place, and the points also exceeded the 5,000 mark. Lu Yefeng couldn't care about the image. Immediately come to the screen. Watch the live stream. On the live broadcast screen. At this moment, I am taking Xiao Xuanwu along. The creek ran up into the depths of the forest. Look closely and find. At this moment, both of them have broken through to the 4th level of bronze. Xian Bao. Are you sure you feel that there is a level 6 monster beast in the depths? I ran too far and couldn't help but gasp. Xiao Xuanwu nodded, his eyes extremely certain. Okay, there is still half an hour left. Today we will go to see how strong the 6th order monster is. 10 minutes later, one person and one beast climbed over the small slope. It was found on the bank near the creek. A bronze 6th order monster. Name, Spiny Back Bear. Qualifications, rare. Grade, bronze 6th order. Skill, Winter Roar. 1,000 thorns and claws. Looking at the brownish-black spiny back bear, I was stunned. Just that bronze 6th order aura. It is not comparable to low-level monsters. If Xuanwu had level 5 combat power, I wouldn't be afraid of anything. But now only 4 levels have crossed 2 levels. And what makes me even more uncomfortable is that I was not the only one present. At this moment, a 5-person team is stabbing. Under the pressure of the bear, he was defeated and retreated. Soon I was forced to the creek. Boss Jiang, can we escape? A teammate's voice was hoarse, and his beast fierce-eared cat has been stabbed. The bear bit to death and lay in a pool of blood. What are you afraid of? The beast was no longer powerful. You guys go on. The mill must grind it to death. Jiang Hai grabbed a teammate and was about to push him over. I don't care how he feels. I saw everything in my eyes, and my eyes were cold. This is the case with this younger brother in my memory. You can do anything for the sake of profit. What a coincidence. My good brother. I sneered and decided to take a look before doing it. The teammate who was pushed out was about to go back. Was forced by the demon dragon, and now he is not running away. The back of the spin bear did not hesitate. A direct, dry stab ended his life. Jiang Hai has never been ashamed of the wart from beginning to end. He stretched out his hand to drag another teammate and throw it over. Fast. You go ahead and grind him to death. The teammate hadn't reacted yet. It has already been thrown in front of the spiny bear. His eyes were red, and he scolded directly before he died. You bastard. Animal nature. However, Jiang Hai did not take it seriously. He stretched out his hand and threw the last teammate over. And his eyes signaled the demon mosquito to find the right time to entangle the spiny bear. Give him and Lin Yuting time to escape. The thornback bear looked at it and was thrown over for a long time. The 1,000 thorns and angry claws were activated, and he was about to end his life. But the speed of the claws slowed down at this time. I didn't have time to react. A dark blue mist directly enveloped it. A heart-wrenching beak cry came from the fog. Wait until the fog clears. The originally mighty and majestic spiny back bear was left with only a pile of bones. Jiang Hai was instantly shocked. He pulled Lin Yuting to turn around and run away. Suddenly I felt that a mountain was pressed on my back and I couldn't move. Good brother. We met again. The sound came from far to near the river and sea, and the body was stunned. Turned his head in disbelief to look at me who was coming. He smiled and stretched out his hand to pat Jiang Hai's face. How? Now I don't even want to call my brother. At the same time, a cluster of energy light. It emerged from the body of the bear on the back, submerged in the forehead of Xiao Xuanwu. Xianbao directly broke through to the bronze level 5. The power of the heavy pressure of the abyssal sea has also strengthened a little. Jiang Hai felt that the weight on his back had increased again. Lin Yuting fell directly to the ground. Jiang Hai's pupils contracted suddenly. At the moment I was like a demon in his eyes. Livestock. Give me death. His eyes were fierce, and the tail of the abyss demon dragon wagged. The shadow strangulation skill activates the target and points it directly at me. But I haven't met him yet. It was firmly blocked by Xuanbao's Xuanwu Imperial Prison. I sneered, my eyes cold. You are so ruthless. I have no doubt about the abyss demon just now. That trick was to kill him. I took a deep breath and kicked the river and sea. Fall to the ground and step on your face. Have you ever thought about it with your parents? There will be such a day. Sometimes I really want to kill you. Jiang Hai has never been so close to death. At this moment, his eyes were full of fear and his voice trembled. Why? Why is that bastard so strong? This is the trial space. You can't kill me. He almost shouted out, fear all over his body. Of course I won't kill you. I take my foot back. Turned his head to look at the demon dragon that had been controlled by Xianbao. But today, I want to collect some interest in advance. Xianbao, trap this broken dragon. Xianbao snorted. A stronger abyssal sea heavy pressure locked the demon dragon. The abyss demon mosquito fell directly from the sky. Xianbao is 2 levels higher than it, and it is not an opponent at all. I took out a knife from my arms. Directly cut through the scale skin of the demon mosquito. What are you going to do to my demon dragon? I smiled and slashed directly at the reverse scale of the demon mosquito. Even the meat was cut off. The abyssal demon mosquito roared in pain. But he was crushed to death by Xianbao. Later, he pointed the knife at the black bulge on the top of the mosquito's head. It was also dug up along with the meat. Jianglin, you beast. Stop me. Jiang Hai's eyes were red, and he wanted to kill him immediately. However, at this moment, the surrounding space twisted. The first level lasts for 3 hours to end. Everyone automatically leaves the forest. Came to the second level trial scene. At the same time, Lu Yefeng gasped in the monitoring room. The eyes are clear, and my final freeze picture is full of admiration. This kid, ruthless enough, and Wu Yang will also have the latest video. Upload the materials to the Alliance headquarters. The data of the trial leaderboard was also finally frozen. The first place is Nanyang Middle School, Jianglin 10860 S-Class. And the second place below him, Su Xiaoxiao, only scored 2,600 points. It is 8,000 points higher than the second place. Lu Yefeng gasped. The name at the top of the screen is called My Heart Beats Faster. Nanyang City produced the league's first S-Class. Before he could calm down, the door of the monitoring room was directly opened by violence. The city lord Su Tinglon Fengshuang walked in heroically. After seeing Lu Yefeng, he asked directly, "Principal Lu, what's going on with Jianglin? The Alliance headquarters phone is going to blow up for me." Lu Yefeng shook his head and smiled bitterly, telling everything that had happened. Finally, point to the frame frozen on the monitoring screen. "It's this monster. I haven't seen it in more than 60 years. Su Tinglon looked at Xianbao on the screen, and the more he listened, the more outrageous it became. "You said it's a combination of this turtle and a black snake. One move killed the spiny bear." Lu Yefeng nodded. Su Tinglon still didn't believe that this was a fifth-order turtle with a big basin. He was actually able to leapfrog and kill the sixth-order thornback bear. But the truth is that it can only wait until the trial. Only after the end can you ask me. Continue to call up the surveillance of the second level. Headquarters has already sent someone. It will be carefully checked at that time. The surveillance camera turned and began to broadcast the second level. When I opened my eyes again, and Xianbao came to a building with a diameter of less than 1 small room of 100 meters. The surrounding walls are made of boundary crystal and are extremely hard. There were only him and Xianbao in the whole room. I put the reverse scales and dragon horns I had just cut into my pocket. Sneered. Rivers and seas. The abyssal demon mosquito was seriously injured. Now you shouldn't have a chance to go to Spark University. Thinking of this, I hope the corners of my mouth. The second level is different from the first level. No longer looking for monster kills to earn points. Instead, it is to see each student in the trial. How long can you survive under an attack? And the points will increase with the survival time. I stood firm and the stone door of the room opened. Walking in, a trial shame made of rock, steel, and stone. Name, Trial Rock. Name, Trial Shame 2 Rock. Grade, Bronze 2nd Order. Skill, Rock System Enhancement. Steel Impact. The trial did not stop after the shame came in, directly over the Xianbao and rushed towards me. Xianbao. It. Xianbao heard the order and made a move first. After the pressure of the abyssal sea reduces the speed. Then use the Taiyin Xuanwu to directly test it. I am ashamed that I have been corrupted into a puddle of molten iron. I looked at the one less than 5 meters away from me. A puddle of molten iron water took a deep breath of cold air. This is where the second level differs. Trials are ashamed of the target of priority attacks. Not a beast but a beast master. I realized this and immediately hid behind Xianbao. Now I have bronze level 5. But it's actually no different from ordinary people. Only when the beast master breaks through the diamond. Only then can you awaken your exclusive talent ability. And before that, there was no difference from ordinary people. Because of this, the diamond realm is used as a beast. The most important watershed on the road to division upgrading. It is also called the awakening realm. Crossing this threshold is like awakening. But this road well is not so easy to walk. After all, only a few people can break through the awakening realm. Too many beast masters are trapped here and cannot break through for the rest of their lives. At this moment, the stone door of the room opened again. Stepping out of a more powerful body of trial. Xianbao took the initiative to put a layer of Xuanwu on the master. Protect the owner from attack. The new trial is different from the previous one. Instead, it is made of flintstone and the level is also 1 level higher. Name, Trial Shame 2 Fire. Grade, Bronze 3rd Order. Skill, Flame Cannonball. Fire Fist. After the trial came in, he didn't give him time to react at all. Raise the shotgun and aim it at me with your left hand. 3 flaming shells were fired in a row. I was hit before I could react. But fortunately, the Xuanwu Emperor with Xianbao was not harmed. Xianbao. 3 minutes passed. After the Bronze 5th Order trial, Shame 2 was also killed. The new Shame and Happiness have changed. I approached the wall and walked in through the stone gate. 2 new trials are shameful. Trial Shame Wood and Trial Sure. The trial is ashamed of Tumu and the trial is ashamed of Tushar. And the level is bronze level 5. It seems that the bronze level 5 is worthy of the highest level. After that, it is necessary to pile the number. I was careful to keep myself away from trial blessings. As long as it is hit, the trial is over. This is also a newbie to the league in the second level. Protection of newcomers in trials. As long as the trial shame scans the beast master and cannot stop the attack, the well will be stopped immediately and the trial will end. 2 bronze 5th order shame. It's obviously much trickier than 1. I frowned slightly. At the same time, in the monitoring room, the city lord Su Tinglon finally saw how powerful I was. No more doubts about my S-grade rating. It's not S-class anymore. League leaderboard. My rating has now exceeded the 20,000 mark. Became the first SS class. Su Tinglon's pupils contracted and he took a deep breath. She has a name on the screen. How many years has the Spark Alliance not appeared SS class? 1,000 years. It was still 2,000. Even the S-class only appeared once 200 years ago. And the second place after me is Su Xiaoxiao. The second level of trial scoring has been completed. The final score was fixed at 4,876 points. A level. This result is still a little inferior to previous years. In previous years, there would be at least 1 or even 2. There are students who exceed 5,000 points. Of course, this does not count me as an anomaly. Beating 20,000 points of SS level. It hasn't appeared for thousands of years. Inside the trial space, I passed a few more levels. It has survived for more than 9 minutes. All the students in the league are over, and I am the only one left. But now I can't last long. There are 10 bronze 5th order in the room. The trial suddenly changed. The trial shame suddenly changed. My pupils contracted suddenly. I saw 10 shameful chest cores spinning wildly. Various attributes blend with each other. Finally, they fuse together into a 5-meter tall body. A colorful giant compound picture. You can still play like this. My eyebrows were twisted into twists and my expression was weird. The giant compound shame level directly soared to the silver level. No matter how strong Xianbao is, it is impossible to cross so many levels. Sure enough, in the end, the 2 were unfortunately out. And the survival time is just fixed at 10 o'clock. Everyone in the monitoring room was silent. All of them have the name at the highest point on the big screen. At the moment when the novice trial ends, my points growth rate has finally stopped. The final score was fixed at 32,867 points. Break through the 30,000 mark. And at the end of the name is a striking SSS level. SSS level. Su Tinglon was stunned and shocked and speechless. She has never heard of SSS ratings. Even the entire Starfire Alliance for thousands of years. It never appeared. 30,000 points. At the beginning, the Alliance created a novice trial. When I set this threshold, I didn't think that someone would break it in the future. Because I want to break through this threshold. The summoned beast must be at least legendary. It can't be an ordinary legend. Legendary. Su Tinglon suddenly thought of the South Seas. There was a strong fluctuation in the city. At that time, she also suspected that a new otherworldly crack had appeared. But now she seems to have found the answer. Su Tinglon looked at the final freeze picture of me in the surveillance. In the picture, Xianbao is even in mana. Neither left a step after running out. Standing in front of me. I've never seen this beast before. I can't feel the breath on my body. And according to Lu Yefeng, the one I summoned was obviously an ordinary level gopher. So where did this turtle and black snake beast come from? At the same time, I took Xianbao out of the trial space. Back at the entrance to the novice trials. The others left early after finishing the second level of testing. There are not many people left here. But I have just returned to the entrance of the trial. A heart-wrenching roar sounded behind him. Jianglin, I want you to die. It turned out that Jiang Hai was injured by the Abyss Demon Mosquito. The second level failed without even lasting 3 seconds. Out of the game, I have been waiting for him to come back at the entrance. And his rating is also 1 point at the end. The difference fell to the top 1,000 in the league. Fixed at 1,000 first. Lost the qualification to enroll in Spark University. Jiang Hai's eyes were red, and he wanted to kill me immediately. He took out a dagger and rushed directly at me. Seeing this, I sneered and took out a knife. With a light pick, the dagger flew away. I know this younger brother's skills best. My good brother, you can't. It's wasteful. Jiang Hai fell to the ground and was furious when he heard it. I have to rush over again. At this time, dozens of staff members suddenly appeared, stopped the rivers and seas, and surrounded us again. The first staff member has an expression, looked at him seriously and urged. The principal asked you to go to the monitoring room. No. I was stunned for a moment. It seems that this is a manifestation in the trial space. It has been valued by the principal. I don't know my rating yet. But Xianbao killed so many monsters. No matter how you say it, you can squeeze into the top 100 and hit an A. I nodded, surrounded by the staff. The lower one gradually disappeared at the entrance of the trial. I turned my head before leaving. He looked at the river and sea on the ground with cold eyes. You should be glad. If it weren't for trials, killing was not allowed. Your household has long been cold. After saying that, I left here without looking back. Jiang Hai's pupils were bloodshot. Looking at the figure that gradually disappeared from sight. I wish I could smash my family to pieces. The abyss demon Jiao was lying beside him. It can be seen from the breath that the injury is very serious. After all, I dug up the dragon the most. Important reverse scales and dragon horn prototypes. Lin Yuting rubbed Jiang Hai's hand tightly, looking anxious. Xiao Hai, you come with me. I will definitely find the best therapist to help you when I go back. Jiang Hai's face was gloomy and unmoved. A drop of blood and tears slowly slipped from the corners of his eyes. Lin Yuting was instantly anxious. Directly dragged away Jiang Hai and the seriously injured demon dragon. Jiang Hai was dragged away like this, his eyes resentful and silent. It took a long time for 4 words to come out of his mouth. Yuting, help me. Lin Yuting's dragged hand pursed her lips and nodded. Xiao Hai, don't worry. Before the assessment of Spark University, my Lin family will let him disappear forever. At this time, the abyss demon mosquito also woke up. The purple-black vertical pupils looked at Jiang Lin's back as he left, full of hatred. It hates me for having something that has become stronger. Method, why didn't you tell it earlier? In this way, it will not choose waste rivers and seas. It hates me for not caring about my previous friendship at all. Ruthlessly dig up its reverse scales and dragon horns. The abyss demon dragon was dead and clinging to that back. The pupils were full of anger and hatred. At the same time, in the monitoring room of Nanyang Middle School, I came here under the guidance of the staff. After pushing open the door, he was the first to be dignified. A solemn middle-aged man attracts. Principal Lu Yefeng came over and pointed at the cool woman and introduced. This is Su Tinglon, the lord of Nanyang City. He pointed to the middle-aged man again. The expression was also much more respectful. This is the Inspector General sent by the military region. Lord Su Zian, responsible for overseeing the fairness of each city's novice trial. My pupils contracted suddenly. The name is thunderous throughout the Spark League. Because this Su Zian is not only a sacred-level beast master. It was 10 years ago with the Yalong tribe. Won first place in the World Challenge. I quickly bowed excitedly. The city lord is good. The general education is good. Su Zian led slightly and helped him up with a smile. Jiang Lin is right. Your name exploded in the military region. That's right. I haven't congratulated you yet. Congratulations on your first place in the league. Rating SSS level. The total points exceeded 30,000. I was slightly surprised. This result completely exceeded my expectations. I didn't expect to break the league record. Su Zian patted him on the shoulder and smiled. Because of you, the Alliance and the top military have already exploded. Is it that exaggerated? I scratched my head and smiled brightly. But I'll tell you, there are many big forces that are already secretly defeating you, just because you are the first SSS class in the history of the league. Su Zian took a deep breath and his expression suddenly became serious. Where did your legendary initial beast come from? As soon as the words fell, the entire space froze for a moment. When I heard this, my heart suddenly beat. Su Zian actually saw it. However, he is also a sacred-level beast master for Su Zian. If you can't see the legend of Xianbao, The qualifications are amazing. I quickly adjusted my expression. Make yourself look less guilty. At the same time, Su Tinglon heard this sentence. The pupils contracted suddenly. I didn't expect this turtle and snake beast that I had never seen before. It's actually legendary. Legendary initial beast. It means that he is legendary when he is born, instead of nurturing and evolving. Su Tinglon suddenly remembered. 2 days ago, Nanyang City suddenly appeared with energy fluctuations. At that time, I thought it was a space crack. Now it seems that it is really a legend. The initial imperial beast appeared. I looked at Su Xian's eyes flat. The divine level momentum well did not let itself lose its proportions. On the contrary, I am unusually calm now. As early as the moment when the Xianbao fusion was successful. They are ready to be discovered and make up lies in advance. Although the lie is a bit of a joke, it is enough to fool the past. Xianbao is in the southern suburbs of Kyoto. I saw it when I was digging rice vegetables on Mailiang Mountain. At that time, it was lying unconscious by the river. There were still space fluctuations around me when I saw it. Spatial fluctuations. Could it be that this is a crack in the world? Su Xian's mind instantly popped up this name. There are 2 types of cracks in this world. They are called world cracks and subworld cracks, respectively. The cracks in the world are connected by a huge one. The complete world rules are very complete. For example, the world of Yalong and the world of Succubus, which is about to start a war this year. And the vast majority of these other worlds are hostile to humans. I have been delusional about the well-swallowing alliance. Therefore, the alliance uses top combat power. Moved all 36 world rifts to the frontier battlegrounds, outside the Great Wall of the Protectorate of the Nation. And the cracks in the subworld are connected. It was those incomplete little secret realms. Some high-level and high-quality secret realms. It can even be used as a bargaining chip for world challenges. Hear my explanation. Su Xian's first reaction was that there was a legend. A subworld crack in quality appeared. The subworld crack of this level has been. It can be used as a strategic resource. I saw Su Xian's expression and continued to explain. However, space fluctuations disappear after a few seconds. I saw that there was no danger, so I ran over and picked up the mysterious treasure. I touched Xianbao. Xianbao is also very close. Su Xian's eyes became depressed when he heard this. He immediately guessed that I was lying. But lie. He never thought he would get an answer. You are smart. I won't beat around the bush anymore. Su Xian changed the topic and no longer paid attention to Xuanbao's life experience. My first task this time is to take you. The real situation is reported to the headquarters. Secondly, I have one on behalf of the military. You need help with important things. It's about this year's World Challenges. I frowned when I heard this. World Challenge. Su Xian stopped talking. His eyes were solemn and alerted Su Tinglon on the side. The city lord Su Tinglon chuckled and understood instantly. Took Lu Yefeng and Wu Yang to retreat respectfully. At this moment, there were only Su Xian and me left in the monitoring room. After the backs of Su Tinglon and others disappeared, Su Xian waved his hand and instantly threw out a soundproof shield. This matter is very important. It must not be leaked. Su Xian looked serious. You should know about this year's league challenge. The opponent is the Succubus world. Succubus is strong and especially good at mental attacks. The league has a very low win rate against them. I nodded. News about world challenges has been seen online before. At this time, Su Xian clicked a button. Projects a map of the Alliance's frontier. You should know that the league has lost 9 in a row. If they lose again this year, they will lose 10 in a row. Do you know what it means to lose 10 in a row? He suddenly turned his head and looked at me with a serious expression. It means that the Alliance must cede territory. Ceded territory. I took a deep breath when I heard this. I didn't expect the League to have reached this point. There has never been a precedent for ceding territory in history. Not ceding territory is the final bottom line of the Starfire Alliance. Su Xian raised his head and closed his eyes, as if he had relieved his strength. The ceded territory must be at least a city. And it has to be accompanied by indigenous people, after these people were cut out. How was it? Su Xian smiled bitterly. The best result is to die happily. Otherwise, the group of animals can do anything. My pupils contracted suddenly. It's so miserable. You must know that a city has a population of at least 5 million, so this time with the succubus world, we must not fail to challenge ourselves. I nodded with a serious expression. I really can't imagine how cruel the demons will be after failure. Although it has only been a few days since I crossed over. But the Alliance gave him the same feeling as China in his previous life. I really don't want that to happen. At this time, Su Xian enlarged the map. The greatest advantage of succubus is its mental attack. And this is our weakness. So we have to find the ability items that counteract mental attacks. Su Xian stretched out his finger and approached the map. A small highlight of the Great Wall of the Protectorate of the country. The centering steel produced by this subworld crack can counteract charm-type mental attacks. As long as you can get high-quality centering steel, can create a calming helmet. Reverse the defeat of the League. Su Xian suddenly looked at Jiang Lin with a serious expression. I need you to go in and find the core of this crack. Let this subworld crack be owned by the Alliance. Hearing this, I finally understood Su Xian's purpose. However, wouldn't this be too high for him? But I'm only level 5 bronze. What's the difference between going in and sending you to death? Su Xian shook his head with a firm expression. This crack is very special. Only bronze level 5 and below can enter. You are a perfect fit. And I will also arrange 2 teammates. Complete this quest with you. His eyes were solemn and fixed on the young man in front of him. This crack is very dangerous. Many have already failed. Jiang Lin, you are the only SSS tier. Only you can do it. After saying that, Su Xian actually gave a military salute directly, as long as you can agree whether it was successful in the end or not. The military will promise you a special one. Epic beast of the attribute as a reward. Hear the word reward. I was interested. If there is a reward, it is not impossible to go. Moreover, the crack of the bronze 5th order, it shouldn't be that dangerous. You can go. But I don't really need epic beasts. Can Mr. Su help me get these things? After I finished seeking, I picked up the paper and pen on the table. Write down the materials needed for the evolution of Xianbao. I didn't find any of these materials on the internet. On the contrary, you can take this opportunity to see if the military has it. Yin-Yang Chaos Fish. Hollow milk for 10,000 years. Holy water from the North Sea. North Mercury sand. Su Xian's brows were slightly straightened. I have only seen the North Star sand in it. There is a bottle in the treasure trove of the legendary Material Alliance. If you need to, I can declare it as this reward. Deal? I didn't hesitate to take the North Star sand first. Other materials will be slowly found later. Su Xian's eyes lit up and he was instantly excited. There is no need to delay. Let's go now. Guarantee to send it back to you before the assessment. 7 days. Enough. Su Xian is also a resolute person. He grabbed my arm and walked directly towards the outside of the surveillance. The door opened, Su Tinglon leaned over and was about to speak. He stretched out his hand and interrupted him. Su City Lord, if you have anything to talk about, wait until you come back. Jiang Lin Kid borrowed me first. After saying that, Su Xian waved his hand and summoned out a majestic goshawk. The goshawk stopped in the air, and its wings that covered the sky and sun rolled up the wind. I felt a tightness in my waist. In the next second, a direct jump was taken to the back of the goshawk. The goshawk flapped its wings and flew high and flew into the distance like lightning. This is my first time flying a beast. Still flying at such heights. I plucked up the courage to look down at my blood pressure and went crazy in an instant. Fortunately, I got used to it quickly. He lowered his head and subconsciously checked Goshawk's information. Name, Iron Feather Goshawk. Qualifications, Immortal. Level, 10 levels of the Master. Skill, Iron Feather piercing the sun. 1,000 feathers return to their nests. Steel wings cover the sky. Evolution route, Heavenly Forged War Eagle, Legendary. Fusion route, 1, Frost Steel Sky Bend, Legendary. 2, Zhenue Jin Gangpeng, Legend. Immortal qualifications can evolve into legendary qualifications in the next step. My heart trembled slightly. It is worthy of the famous Su Zongjiao. At the same time, the Lin family compound in Nanyang City. You must save Jiang Hai. Lin Yuting helped Jiang Hai kneel on the floor of the living room. After saying that, Bang Bang kowtowed. Lin Yuting's father, Lin Duojin, sat on a chair. Gently skim the tea stains in the cup as if you can't hear them. Lin Yuting was instantly anxious when she saw this. You don't save him. I'll die for you. After saying that, she took out a sharp knife directly from her arms. Hang it around your neck. Lin Duojin finally made a move and smiled contemptuously. Tinger's wings stiffened. However, it is useless to many people. After saying that, he knelt down coldly. The rivers and seas on the ground are motionless. You're a waste too. It's useless. Jiang Hai's eyes turned red when he heard this. He suddenly snatched Lin Yuting's small blade and put it on his neck. Lin Duojin sneered when he saw this. I don't even look at my daughter dying. What's more, you are a useless waste. Jiang Hai did not refute his expression at this moment. Calm like a pool of stagnant water. I'm not forcing the head of the Lin family. I want to make a deal with the head of the Lin family. Lin Duojin's brows were light, and the peach instantly became interested. What a deal. I want to die with my own death. Change the head of the Lin family. Xiao Hai, don't. Hearing this, Lin Yuting pounced on her instantly. I wanted to snatch the knife but was stopped. Lin Duojin frowned. Adu, take her down. A housekeeper slowly stepped forward and took Lin Yuting out of the living room. Lin Duojin looked at the young man kneeling on the ground with a flat look. Your death is worthless. Why should I provoke a rookie in the league for you? Jiang Hai was not disappointed and smiled. Because I know that Jiang Lin has a secret. You must be very interested. What a secret. The origin of his Wang Ba is unknown. And it must be an immortal level. Jiang Hai looked up at Lin Duojin with calm eyes. It doesn't matter if I die or not. As long as it can arouse a trace of interest in the Lin family head. Immortal level is indeed tempting, but also risky. Lin Duojin stopped talking and looked at him like this. Jiang Hai would pick up the knife and put it on his neck. Hatred for me turned into strength. Jiang Haixin suddenly slashed his neck with a ruthless knife. But it was suddenly bounced off. Lin Duojin's laughter spread throughout the living room. An orange cat on his leg slowly retracted his paws. Not bad. I'm very interested in your secret. As for that kid in Jianglin, a genius who hasn't grown up yet kills him. Jiang Hai, who was kneeling on the ground, heard it. He lowered his head and sneered, his eyes filled with murderous intent. Brother, you are dead this time. Shocked. The younger brother reported the Lin family's size, actually betrayed his brother, and asked that he die without a place to be buried. At this point, I came to the border battlefield on the edge of the alliance. As long as you step on the Great Wall of the Protectorate of the country, you can see the legendary 36 world cracks. I vaguely saw a blurred line in the wind and sand. Suzian did not let the iron feather goshawk slow down. And it flew in the other direction. This is a battlefield, and you are not suitable to stay here. I'll take you directly to the crack in the subworld. Random iron feather goshawks flapped their wings and roared, instantly disappearing into the clouds. An hour later, the iron feather goshawk arrived at the entrance of the rift in the subworld. Stop at the military base square. I felt a tightness in my waist, was carried by Suzian and jumped down. Only then did I notice that there were only soldiers around the square. There are also 2 young people, a man and a woman. Suzian waved them over. Let me introduce, this is Su Xiaoxiao from Arctic City. 2nd place in the All-League trial. This is Lei Yang from Kyoto. 3rd place in the All-League trial. Suzian pointed at me and was interrupted just as I was about to introduce. The chief instructor doesn't need to be introduced. We have heard of his Jianglin in Nanyang City. 30,000 points for trials. The first SSS level in the league. Su Xiaoxiao smiled and looked at me with a clever look. I was also observing the 2 people in front of me. The girl named Su Xiaoxiao. On his shoulder was an icy blue kitten. It should be her beast. After the 2 greeted each other politely, I subconsciously checked the kitten information. Name, Ice Spirit Civet. Qualifications, Immortal. Grade, Bronze 4th Order. Skill, Frost-Scarred Spirit Claw. Dark Ice Afterimage. Evolution Route, Ice Elvis, Legendary. Fusion Route 1, Frost Rift Leopard, Legendary. 2, Cold Hell Holy Tiger, Legend. Immortal. And Suzian's Iron Feather Goshawk has the same qualification. The next step is to evolve into a legendary qualification that is the same as Xianbao. I turned my head and said hello to Lei Yang from Kyoto. This summoning beast is a half-man-tall bear cub. Name, Thunder Hell Violent Bear. Qualifications, Immortal. Grade, Bronze 4th Order. Skill, Thunder Claw. Thunder Fell. Evolution Route, Thunder Bear, Legendary. Fusion Route 1, Purple Electric Bear, Legendary. 2, 9 Sky Thunderstorm Bear, Legendary. It was an immortal level again. It is worthy of being 2nd in the league and 3rd in the league. Just said hello, Lei Yang squinted and glanced at me. There was a hint of dissatisfaction and doubt in his eyes. A poor boy who crawled out of a poor countryside. Why can you surpass him? Most of them are mixed in by cheating. I don't even believe in SSS level dogs. It's just that Su Xian's presence is not easy to pick. Otherwise, with his character as a young master in Kyoto, he would have sprayed me to death. I took everything seriously and didn't take it seriously. It's okay if Lei Yang is honest. After this mission, they were safe and did not communicate with each other. If Lei Yang insists on making some small moves to disgust people, that Xianbao will also teach him a good lesson. But I also have a new discovery. That is, all beasts have only 2 initial skills. Xianbao, on the other hand, has 3 skills. Maybe it's because Xianbao is the legendary initial beast. I touched my chin and guessed. At this time, Xianbao suddenly rubbed my palm as if to say, "Don't worry, master. Xianbao will definitely kill all the bad guys." The little guy also felt Lei Yang's dissatisfaction. I smiled and rubbed Xuanbao's little head with relief. Su Xian stood aside. After seeing several people say hello, he spoke again. "You are all still waiting to take the Spark University assessment in 7 days. Time is tight and the task is heavy, so we set off now." The 3 nodded and followed Su Xian's footsteps. Soon came to a place crystallized by space. The Blue Palace was created. In the center of the palace, there is a 10-meter-high one. The cracks in the subworld flicker frequently. Scattered space debris erupted from all around. Many staff members around the palace are controlling the stability of the space. Su Xian took them all the way to the crack. This palace is created by the crystallization of space. It is specially used to fix the cracks in the subworld and prevent it from escaping. Wait until you find the core of the subworld. This crack can also be controlled by the Alliance. The 3 of them nodded and were about to go in. But he was stopped by Su Xian. "Wait a minute. This crack is in a special environment. The difficulty is also very high. Before you, all 8 teams have failed. And you are the last team. If it fails again, the Alliance will have to abandon this crack. Be prepared to cede territory." He sighed softly, his expression softening. "But don't put too much pressure on you. Do everything according to your ability. Don't beat yourself up even if you fail." After saying that, Su Xian waved his hand and took out 3. The badge was handed to the 3 men. "Wearing. It can save your life at a critical moment." He put his hands behind his back. Looking around, his expression was serious. "Everything must be about one's own life. If it really doesn't work, you must quit." Su Xian looked around. "Especially one more look at me. There is no need to delay. Hurry up and go. I am here to wish you a triumphant return." The 3 of them were under everyone's watch. "Step into the green seam of the next world." The figure disappeared into the center of the palace. "Head coach. This is the 9th batch of this year. Can it really be successful?" The person in charge of controlling the entire palace leaned next to Su Xian. At this time, 3 points of light are displayed on the blue light screen behind the crack. The light point is still a long distance from the core. Su Xian Town is a point of light on the map. It took a long time to speak. This time it must be successful. The Succubus clan has become suspicious. Won't give us another chance. The person in charge shook his head at the points of light on the map that began to move. Top 8 best results. It is only 60% deeper. Can they really do it? Su Xian's brows furrowed and he was not sure. It is really that the difficulty of this secret realm does not only come from the level limit, and because this is a secret place of water. After entering the secret realm of water, there is an endless ocean. Extremely unfriendly to humans. I hope there will be a miracle this time. Inside the cracks of the second world, The three of them had just stepped out of the crack and lost a huge amount of weight. Feeling made them fall in an instant. A full height of 100 meters. Below is the endless sea. But fortunately, Suzian reminded the three of them before coming in. I gestured to Xianbao in my arms. A dark blue water wave instantly enveloped them. Finally, it landed steadily on the sea. Xuanbao's Xuanwu Emperor lifted them up. Realize walking on the water. And Su Xiaoxiao is more relaxed. The ice spirit civet is used as an ice attribute beast. Freeze a small piece of water directly below. Su Xiaoxiao stood directly on it. Only Lei Yang has nothing. With a pop, he fell into the sea and struggled. Save me. I can't swim. Grunt. In the end, I still couldn't stand it. Let Xianbao use Xuanwu Yu to rescue him. Lei Yang's haute couture clothes were wet. The seawater flows down the trouser boots. His royal beast thunder hell violent bear. The brownish-blue hair also stuck to the body as if it had been licked. Lei Yang couldn't help but sneeze. His eyes looked at me strangely. He pouted and his pride was strange. Poor boy, don't think you saved me. I will thank you. This young master still didn't believe it. You can get an SSS rating with you, a poor boy. Lei Yang, why do you speak so ugly? Before I could speak, Su Xiaoxiao couldn't bear it first. If it weren't for someone else saving you, you would have drowned long ago. Are you so ungrateful? I didn't. Lei Yang's face turned red. He couldn't accept being labeled ungrateful. He turned his head to look at me and clenched his fists. Pluck up the courage to bend down. Thank you. Jianglin, there's also. I'm not an ungrateful thing. I looked at Lei Yang and couldn't help but laugh. It's really a young master in Kyoto. Even if you have strong self-esteem, you still wear it like this. But this kid doesn't look that bad. It's just that my brain is a little stupid. I waved my hand to let him get up. Let's go quickly. The sea stretches endlessly. The only thing that can be seen is a small island in the distance. The three of them walked towards the island. But he hadn't taken a few steps yet. A giant wave 10 meters high suddenly appeared. Before the three of them could react, they were swept away and sank to the bottom of the sea in an instant. The seabed was pitch black, and there was no light in sight. I frowned and looked up at the water. Fortunately, there is a shield of Xianbao. Otherwise, you will drown. I climbed up as I spoke. Wait until you swim out for a while. Lei Yang and Su Xiaoxiao also slowly surfaced. Fortunately, Lei Yang had a shield to protect him. Nothing happened. But Su Xiaoxiao's clothes were all wet. Grandma's. Why suddenly there was a huge wave. A black line appeared on Su Xiaoxiao's forehead. She didn't bring any other clothes. At this time, a dark blue shield suddenly covered her. Su Xiaoxiao just turned his head to look. However, it was found that the shield was actually absorbing the water on the clothes. It took a while to suck 1,000. Jianglin. Thank you. She quickly turned her head to look at me and thanked me sincerely. I waved my hand in disbelief. Don't waste time. Let's hurry up. Lei Yang went directly to the front and urged. The three walked on the water and then walked towards the island. From time to time on the road, observe whether there will be another huge wave. But fortunately, the huge wave just now should only be once. Soon they encountered the first wave of monsters. It is a piranha with 3 arms long. Name, bloodthirsty fish. Qualification, excellent. Grade, bronze 3rd order. Skill, blood hag. The torrent is brave. I was about to make a move when I was suddenly stopped by a hand. Lei Yang's chin raised and his face was arrogant. Although I am very grateful that you saved me just now. But I didn't say anything. Recognize your SSS level strength. This kind of monster beast should be left to this young master. Lest you be eaten by them. Lei Yang, why are you like this? And Miss Ben didn't promise to give you these 3 monsters. Su Xiaoxiao has a hot temperament and wants to be confused, but I reached out to stop it. I smiled and landed on Lei Yang. Yes, young master. However, Xianbao has only 1 shield. Do you want to go up with your domestic violence bear? Lei Yang suddenly froze in place. I seem to be laughing. I want to see how the young master with such strong self-esteem will choose. Lei Yang was silent for 3 minutes and gritted his teeth. This young master believes that you have SSS level strength. Only 30% believe. Can you put a shield on the fat bear as well? I was really amused by his appearance. This was the first time he had met a guy with such a strong self-esteem. But they have wasted too much. Time doesn't plan to go on any longer. Xianbao. Xianbao shook his little head. Use the Xuanwu Imperial set on the Thunder Hell Bear. Lei Yang smiled and raised his chin. Stretch out your finger to the 3 bloodthirsty fish. Fat bear. On. Kill these stinky fish. The Thunder Hell Bear patted his chest. He shouted and rushed straight up. Third in the league is worthy of being the third in the league. The Thunder Hell Violent Bear uses Thunder Claws. 3 claws caught all the bloodthirsty fish to death. The 3 light clusters follow the body of the bloodthirsty fish. Ascension and submerge into the body of the Thunder Hell Violent Bear. How was it? Poor boy. My fat bear is amazing. You will hide behind me from now on. This young master covers you. I nodded in agreement. I want to see how this kid is embarrassed behind him. Next, no matter what monsters they encountered. Lei Yang stopped them all. 3 waves of monsters in a row ended. Su Xiaoxiao and I just didn't make a difference. But the rule of the secret realm is that the further the monster beast, the stronger it becomes. The more there are, the more difficult it is to challenge. Wait until they have completed 60% of the journey. Once again, he was already facing 5 bronze level 5 monsters. Name, Deep Sea Giant Chapter. Qualifications, Rare. Grade, Bronze 5th rank. Skill, Deep Water Waves. Tentacles Thrust. In the face of the Bronze 5th Order Giant Chapter Lei Yang, he was finally not strong. His Thunder Hell Bear is only Bronze 4th Order. If it's just a Bronze level 5 Deep Sea. Fortunately, there are 5 of them in front of them. He turned his head to look at Su Xiaoxiao and coughed softly. Su Xiaoxiao, my fat bear is a little tired. You help me share a little. Lei Yang looked at me again, opened his mouth and still couldn't speak. After all, he had said big things before. Keep me behind. I looked at Lei Yang's face and couldn't laugh or cry. I am in charge of 3. The rest will be divided equally between you 2. I rolled up my sleeves and took Xianbao forward without taking 2 steps. Was stopped by Lei Yang. Don't be too strong. Poor boy. You should hide behind this young master. Lei Yang snorted coldly. I don't believe this poor boy in whitewashed short sleeves from the bottom of my heart has SSS level strength. Lei Yang, you're going too far. Su Xiaoxiao really couldn't stand her petite face and was angry. Lei Yang, aren't you just a Kyoto child? The immortal beast summoned only after the dog shit was lucky. Jianglin, don't get used to him. I, Su Xiaoxiao, believe in you. After saying that, Su Xiaoxiao rolled up her sleeves and was about to fight with Lei Yang. I was shocked. This Su Xiaoxiao's personality is too frank. And so on. If I remember correctly, she seems to be from Arctic City. Northerners. No wonder. I hurriedly stopped Su Xiaoxiao who was about to do it. Don't be like him. It's running out of time. Let's clear the customs first. Su Xiaoxiao looked unconvinced and snorted and withdrew her fist. I listen to you. I don't know the same as him. I'll go solve one first. If you really can't do it, hold on for a while. I'll help you when I'm done. After saying that, Su Xiaoxiao stepped on the thin ice and walked towards the demon group. The ice spirit civet uses the dark ice afterimage. Came to the sky above a deep sea giant chapter. The frostmark spirit claw struggled and the 2 beasts directly fought into one claw. Lei Yang Gang recovered from his fear. Just now he was really afraid that Su Xiaoxiao would beat him. Although Su Xiaoxiao is not big. But she grew up practicing martial arts. Her father, Su Yongshan, is even more in the league. A famous martial arts master. Su Xiaoxiao really wanted to beat him. Lei Yang was afraid that he would kneel down and surrender within 2 moves. But after Su Xiaoxiao's blow, Lei Yang didn't dare to say anything more. But he really doesn't like me from the bottom of his heart. Poor boy. Your turtle shell is so thick. You must hold on. This young master will come to help you after it is over. Fat bear. We go up. After hearing the order, the Thunder Hell Bear quickly sprinted towards the Deep Sea Giant chapter. Stop when you are less than 5 meters away. The hind legs are bent and jump high. Thunder fell. The Thunder Hell Bear is like a meteorite. Smashed on the Deep Sea Giant chapter. Directly pressed into the sea. I touched Xuanbao's little head and called softly. Xianbao. On. Control the remaining 3 deep-sea giant chapters. Don't let them disturb the fight. Xianbao heard the command of the wide forelimbs. Step the sea. The heavy pressure of the abyssal sea was launched. Not far away, the 3 deep-sea giant chapters that were about to attack were all over. The whole body is frozen in place. I looked shocked. How could Xuanbao's abyssal sea pressure suddenly become so strong? I quickly looked at Xianbao. It was found that there were actually wisps around Xianbao. The blue water vapor entanglement is instantly clear. Xianbao was blessed by the water attribute. And not only that, in the next second, Xianbao opened his 2 small mouths. A cloud of dark blue water mist spewed out. The mist is pervasive. Soon a deep-sea giant chapter was enveloped. After a heart-wrenching roar, the deep-sea giant chapter was directly corrupted into a puddle of powder and fell into the sea. An energy light mass rose from the powder and disappeared into Xuanbao's body. The change here instantly alarmed the 2 of them. Su Xiaoxiao laughed happily, shouted at me, "I knew you could." Lei Yang on the other side was not so happy. His expression was as ugly as eating a fly. I didn't expect this poor boy to be really so powerful. Isn't what this young master just said become a joke? This young master is really embarrassed. Lei Yang thought of this moment, and his cheeks turned red in shame. I hesitated for a long time and couldn't say a word. I don't have time to tease this kid now. Then he gave Xianbao an order to attack the second deep-sea giant chapter. Of course, the deep-sea giant chapter will not be beaten stupidly on the spot. It will also use the long octopus tentacles to launch tentacle thrusts. However, they were all blocked by Xuanbao's Xuanwu Emperor. In less than a minute, the remaining 2 deep-sea giant chapters were giant. The moon mysterious mist rotted into powder. 2 light clusters emerged from the powder and disappeared into the top of Xuanbao's head. The Xianbao level came directly to the bronze level 6. At the same time, the battle on the other side is over. After the light mass was immersed, the Thunder Prison Violent Bear and the Ice Soul. The Civet Cats have also been promoted to the 5th level of bronze. As 2nd and 3rd place in the league. The strength is still enough to win the battle. I stroked Xuanbao's chin. Xianbao, you are amazing. Xianbao was shy and twisted his buttocks happily. The owner is the best. Xianbao must protect his master in the future. I kissed Xianbao for a while. Then he stood up and looked at Lei Yang with a smile. Lei Xiao, the monsters here are cleared. Let's go inside. Lei Yang was full of excitement, twisted and twisted for a long time without saying a word. Brother Jiang, why don't you take the lead? What do you call me? Lei Yang's face instantly turned red. Brother Jiang. Jiang Lin looked at Lei Yang's twist. He couldn't help but laugh. Su Xiaoxiao also laughed out loud. Lei Yang, didn't you believe in Jiang Lin's SSS level strength before? Do you believe it now? Su Xiaoxiao was deeply afraid that Lei Yang would not be embarrassed to bring up the old things again. Lei Yang's face was bulging. Su Xiaoxiao, you are not allowed to mention it again. I'll mention it. How? Kyoto Lei Xiao's face can't be hung. I watched the 2 of them start fighting again and quickly interrupted. Okay. Say no more. Let's go to the core of the subworld quickly. Lei Yang Su Xiaoxiao did not speak for a moment. Now they have begun to instinctively obey me in their hearts. The 3 of them stepped on the sea, approached in the direction of the island. At the same time, in the space palace, Su Zian looked at the blue light with a serious expression. 3 flashing dots of light on the big screen. The light spot has not moved in this place for a long time. From Su Zian's clenched fists, it can be seen that he is not at peace. At this moment, the 3 points of light flickered slightly. Then it continued to approach the island. Su Zian's pupils contracted suddenly, and his heart beat faster. The person in charge of the palace beside him couldn't help but exclaim, "Oh my God, they passed 60% of the challenges." It was 5 bronze 5th order deep-sea giant chapters. It actually worked. Everyone, hurry up. Always record the fluctuations of the distance ahead. The person in charge hurriedly returned to the control console. The entire space palace fell into busyness again. Su Zian clenched his fists. His eyes were fixed on the 3 moving points of light on the screen. A name popped up in my mind. Jiang Lin. You must succeed. At this time, I still let Lei Yang walk in front and take the lead. I don't do this kind of thing that makes me a good bird. Lei Yang's attitude towards him also happened. A 180-degree turn. No matter what questions I encounter, I will ask for my opinion first. Brother Jiang. Where are we going? There is something strange there. Give me this level 6 monster. My fat bear has just been promoted to level 5. I want to try my hand. My head was big when I was shouted. Waving his hand and letting him decide. Don't ask him about anything. But this kid Lei Yang is really capable. Not flattering to men. He did not flatter women. Only charming and strong. I'm strong. Lei Yang is willing to be my little brother. Even if it's a young master in Kyoto. He is also willing to serve him tea and pour water. Even sell ass. Su Xiaoxiao didn't comfort him anymore. Even sneaked into my ear. Give him good words. Lei Yang, this kid, is still not bad in his heart. Can you not blame him for speaking ugly before? Su Xiaoxiao, who is big in the town, couldn't help but laugh. Rest assured, my heart is not so small. Besides, Lei Yang said that before out of good intentions. It's to protect me. Su Xiaoxiao breathed a sigh of relief when she heard this. Lei Yang commanded the Thunder Prison Bear to kill the block. Bronze 6th Order monster on the road. And they were less than 1 kilometer away from the island. Brother Jiang, how about me? Lei Yang's face had a boastful expression. I smiled and gave him a thumbs up. It's amazing. Lei Yang scratched the back of his head and was a little shy. The three did not stop. Continued to approach the island. And because there is the Emperor of Xuanwu, even if there are some lurking underwater preparations, the monsters that attacked secretly all failed. Soon they came to the island, less than 500 meters away. The water here is not that deep anymore. I can finally see the true face of the island. The island is not small, it looks like it is 2 kilometers in diameter. There is not even a single tree on the bald island. But the entire island is made of an aqua blue iron ore. I just met my gaze. The information of iron ore came to mind. Name, Zhenxin Hengong Mine. Quality, ordinary immortal. Introduction, strong shaping ability. Low weight. It can effectively resist charm-type spiritual attacks. There are also dense reefs around the island. Each reef is 4 or 5 meters in size. And the entire island was shrouded in a thin layer of energy light. This convinced them that the core of the subworld was here. They were just about to approach the island. At this moment, ripples suddenly appeared on the entire sea. The next moment is densely packed outside the island. The reef actually moved. A pair of scarlet eyes appeared on the reef. I immediately reached out to stop them. The expression was solemn. Not true. These reefs are all monsters. The reef slowly surfaced. It turned out to be a group of giant crocodiles 2 or 3 meters long. The entire sea is densely packed with crocodiles. A rough estimate is that there are at least 30 of them. Not only that, but the entire back of the crocodile group. There is also a larger and more imposing one. Significantly stronger crocodile bosses. I first looked at the crocodiles. Analyzed the information of the crocodile colony. Name, cold-blooded crocodile. Qualifications, epic. Grade, bronze 6th order. Skill, cold crocodile tail swing. Cold-blooded biting. Then I caught the crocodile leader again. Its message comes to mind. Name, cold-blooded crocodile king. Qualifications, immortal. Grade, bronze 8th order. Skill, frozen marrow bite. Cold-blooded and cold-blooded. Immortal qualifications. Bronze 8th order. My pupils contracted suddenly. This was the first time he had fought against an immortal qualification monster. Lei Yang Su Xiaoxiao obviously also discovered the strength of the cold-blooded crocodile king. The expression is not very good looking. Lei Yang carefully retreated to my side, his voice hoarse. Brother Jiang, the breath of the big crocodile. Why is it so similar to a fat bear? I nodded. You guessed it right. He is the same as the Thunder Hell Bear. Immortal qualifications. It is still an immortal monster of the 8th order of bronze. It is 3 levels higher than the Thunder Hell Bear. Lei Yang couldn't help but swallow and turned his head to look at me. Brother Jiang, can you solve it? Su Xiaoxiao also looked over. It was impossible for them to defeat the cold-blooded crocodile king. Now I can only hope for Jiang Lin. But I'm not sure myself, although Xianbao was able to win by level 2 before. But that was when he encountered a rare monster. The cold-blooded crocodile king is different. It is 2 qualifications higher than the rare qualification of the spiny bear. Only the bronze level 6 Xianbao is not guaranteed. Can defeat the 8th order of the bronze cold-blood crocodile king. I'll try it. I was speechless. But can you deal with the other cold-blooded crocodile monsters? That's a full 30. Su Xiaoxiao interrupted Lei Yang's words with a solemn expression. Xiao Ice and I will try not to let them disturb you. Lei Yang also quickly agreed. Fat Bear and I too. Then let's go up. My eyes were cold, and I rushed directly to the cold-blooded crocodile monsters with Xianbao. The target is the cold-blooded crocodile king. Lei Yang and Su Xiaoxiao also took action. Clear all obstacles in your path. Xianbao, use the Taiyin mysterious mist. Xianbao jumped in front of the cold-blooded crocodile king. Xuanwu's emperor blocked the tail-swinging attack. Then the 2 small mouths spit out a lump. The blue mist envelopes the cold-blooded crocodile king. After using the Taiyin Xuanwu, Xianbao immediately retreated to me, frowning. After a while, the water mist dispersed. The figure of the cold-blooded crocodile king was revealed. It is still alive, except that the tail is corrupted into a few small holes. The cold-blooded crocodile king did not take any fatal damage. It is indeed an immortal-level monster. It's really difficult. I smiled bitterly and quickly stopped Xianbao, who was about to rush over. Xianbao, wait a moment. Xianbao raised his little head, looked at the owner suspiciously. Then I put my mouth to Xuanbao's ear. Xianbao, you only have 1 attack skill, Taiyin Xuanwu. It is also ineffective against cold-blooded crocodile owners. Can't go up anymore. Xianbao Ming was interrupted by me just as he was about to refute. Xianbao, don't worry. Anyway, there are so many cold-blooded crocodiles here. We can use them to upgrade first. Then deal with the cold-blooded crocodile king. Xuanbao's eyes lit up. The eyes adore me. I stroked Xuanbao's little head. Stand up and shout behind you. Su Xiaoxiao, you help me block the cold-blood crocodile king for a while. I will take Xianbao to a level. Lei Yang and the 2 stopped and came to my side in an instant. This is a king who surpasses the 8th order cold-blood crocodile. Everyone worked together to barely resist his normal attack. But at this time, I have to tell you to clean up the mobs. Hearing this, they not only did not object. Instead, he quickly came to the front to resist the cold-blood crocodile king. It turns out that I am the only one in the team who can align and cause a little damage. If you upgrade it again, you will definitely be able to kill it. Seeing this, I directly pounced on the cold-blooded crocodile monsters with Xianbao. The abyssal sea heavy pressure effect is triggered. All cold-blooded crocodiles within the skill range are stagnant. Then Xianbao sprayed the moon mysterious mist. Directly corrupt the cold-blooded crocodile monster into a pile of dry bones. One after another, energy light clusters submerged into the top of Xuanbao's head. After defeating 5 cold-blooded crocodiles. 7. And the aura on Xuanbao's body is also a lot stronger. This group of cold-blooded crocodiles is simply a natural pool of experience. But at this moment, huge waves suddenly set off on the entire sea, coming towards the Xianbao outfit. The waves are 10 meters high. Xianbao, be careful. I reminded loudly, my face full of anxiety. But Xianbao didn't seem to hear it. He actually rushed directly towards the waves. In the blink of an eye, the mysterious treasure was swallowed up by the waves. I was panicked and immediately rushed over. But Su Xiaoxiao stretched out his hand to stop him. Su Xiaoxiao, let go. I'm going to save Xianbao. You calm down. Xianbao was fine. Xianbao has an elemental resonance. Element. Resonance. I gradually calmed down, because he saw the huge waves swallowing the Xianbao. It turned out to form a water balloon. Elemental resonance. What is that? I never remember this aspect in my memory. Su Xiaoxiao was quietly relieved when she saw me calm down. She turned her head to look at the water balloon wrapped in the waves. His eyes were full of envy. Elemental resonance. It is the beast in a special venue and the environment creates deep communication. It can directly double the attack damage. Double the increase. My pupils contracted suddenly. The elemental resonance is actually so strong. Su Xiaoxiao was full of envy and continued to explain. And only immortal qualifications and above. The beast has a very small probability of triggering. After each trigger, will leave an elemental mark in the body. Increases the probability of the next beast triggering elemental resonance. Xianbao is a water attribute. I nodded. That's right. Many people even get diamonds. The king level has never triggered elemental resonance. Xianbao was triggered by the bronze. Jiang Lin, why don't you sell the Xianbao to me? Can I introduce my sister to you? My pupils dilated and I looked at Su Xiaoxiao in disbelief. Why is this little girl's brain circuit so novel? I actually plan to sell my sister. However, sister looks good, isn't it? At this moment, the wave water balloon began to slowly contract. Then it spread out to reveal the mysterious treasure in the water balloon. I saw that there were strips around Xianbao. The sea water like a water snake wraps around the body. The aura was also much higher than before. Okay. I can't hold on any longer. Lei Yang's roar suddenly came from behind him. I hurriedly took Xianbao back to the cold-blooded crocodile king. Thunder held Brutal Bear and Ice Soul on the battlefield. The civet was bitten by the king of cold-blooded crocodiles. Many injuries have been sustained. I asked Lei Yang and Su Xiaoxiao to summon the imperial beast back. Xianbao, are you ready? Xuanbao's eyes were excited. I can't help but try my current strength. Okay, Xianbao. This time directly melt this stinky crocodile into bones. After hearing the order, Xianbao rushed directly to the cold-blooded crocodile king. As soon as it stepped on the heavy pressure of the abyss sea with its front foot, it was instantly triggered. Suppress the enemy's speed. The cold-blooded crocodile king looked at the Xianbao who rushed over. Directly with a move of frozen marrow biting huge teeth and biting hard. But even the water wave shield of the Xuanwu emperor was not broken. And Xianbao also saw the opportunity. Spit out a circle of dark blue water mist that enveloped the cold-blooded crocodile king. The heart-wrenching roar of the cold-blooded crocodile king came from the water mist. Wait until the fog clears and then go to the sea. Only a pile of crocodile bones remained. Xianbao only used one move again. It destroyed the 8th order of the bronze immortal cold-blooded crocodile king. Lei Yang gasped, his pupils contracted suddenly. A thought suddenly popped into his mind. Brother Zhang's Xianbao should not be legendary. He watched me stroke Xuanbao's chin and wanted to ask but didn't dare to ask. Xianbao. Good. I kissed Xianbao for a while. Water snakes wrapped around Xuanbao's body. Also dissipated after the battle. The elemental resonance effect ends. The surrounding group of cold-blooded crocodiles after the death of the cold-blooded crocodile king. They fled one after another and hid in the sea. I looked at the island in front of me and smiled with relief. We go to the island. A few hundred meters behind. They never met a single monster again. The cold-blooded crocodile king seems to be the last level. After coming to the island, I knocked, and the ever-changing steel that can be seen everywhere is very strong. This should be the reassuring Hongong that the head coach particularly emphasizes. Lei Yang picked up a piece of centering steel and put it in his hand. That's right. Let's quickly find out where the core of the subworld is. I took Xianbao and walked towards the depths of the island. In addition to the centering steel on the island. Nothing. I took Xianbao to the center of the island. There is a huge mine here. Through the mine. Only then can we dig up the higher quality of the centering constant steel. Bend down and look inside. Sure enough, I saw a shining blue crystal. Energy light around the entire island. It is from this crystal that it is emitted. Lei Yang Su Xiaoxiao came over one after another. Looking at the blue crystal in the mine. I was eager to try. We're getting the core. Hurry up and leave. I nodded and was about to jump. Lei Yang stretched out his hand to stop him. This little thing let me do it. You just have to wait on it. After saying that, Lei Yang jumped down directly. I smiled and didn't stop it. It's too late to be happy that someone is helping him with his work. After a while, Lei Yang had a piece of blue. The spirit climbed up and handed it to me. I looked at the subworld core in my hand. Just about to check the information. At this time, the blue crystal light was very prosperous, and it instantly enveloped the three of them. I haven't reacted yet. A distant voice suddenly sounded in his ears. The secret realm trial is over. Start checkout. Final evaluation. Jiang Lin, SSS level. Lei Yang, S class. Su Xiao, S level. Immediately afterwards, another light fell from the sky. Rewards began to be distributed. The three of them were shrouded in a dazzling golden pillar of light. 3 items slowly appeared in front of me. A mechanical sound sounded in his ears. Obtained, Holy Water Blessing Necklace, Legendary. Obtained, Fountain of Life Recipe, Legendary. Obtained, Energy Fruit, Legendary. And 2 items also appeared in front of Lei Yang and Su Xiao. Obtained, Helmet of Enchantment, Epic. Obtained, Energy Fruit, Epic. I reached out and took 3 items from the Pillar of Light. Focus your eyes on the aqua blue necklace. Name, Holy Water Necklace, Legendary. Effect, Legendary Qualification Beast Wearing. Increases water skill damage by 50%. When I saw the introduction of the Holy Water Bottom Blessing Necklace, I was out of breath. Increases water skill damage by 50%. Wouldn't that Xuanbao's strength be directly much stronger? Xianbao can now cross the first level. Defeated the immortal level monster beast. After having this necklace of holy water, crossing the second level is also an easy thing. It is worthy of the SSS rating bonus. It is indeed a secret place that can give the head teacher a headache. The reward is generous. As for the remaining 2, you can understand the name roughly. Name, Fountain of Life Formula, Legendary. Introduction, you can craft legendary life springs. It can completely repair all injuries of legendary qualification beasts. The other is a fruit that looks like a peach. Name, Energy Fruit, Legendary. Effect, taking below silver can increase the level by 2 levels. Now the 7th level Xianbao has eaten. Level can be directly upgraded to level 9. And Lei Yang and the 2 of them won the epic level. The energy fruit is a little weaker. You can only increase by 1 level. I took the energy fruit and turned my head to look at Xianbao. Only then did I see Xuanbao's eyes straight and straight. The energy fruit in the town drooled out. I amused for a while. Only then did the energy fruit split in half. One was handed to the little turtle's mouth. Eat it quickly. Xuanbao's saliva flowed out. The 2 heads bit the energy in 1 bite. The fruit was eaten in large gulps. After swallowing the energy fruit, it directly broke through the 2nd order. Finally, it was fixed at the 9th level of bronze. And my level has also reached the 9th level of bronze. After a trip to the secret realm, Xianbao directly broke through 4 levels. At this moment, it is only 1 step away from the silver level. A bronze is 10 ranks. I laughed out loud with excitement. He took out the holy water bottom blessing necklace and put it on Xuanbao's neck. Xuanbao's aura instantly became a little stronger. Reached out and stroked the head of the little black snake. Let me wrong you first. What kind of necklace will I get next time? I will definitely wear it for you. The little black snake spat out the snake letter. The little head rubbed around in the palm of my hand. I touched Xuanbao's head and stood up. As for the Fountain of Life formula, I already have a plan in my heart. The remaining 200,000 yuan from the previous sale of jade pendants. All the spirit coins were used to fuse the mysterious treasure. I was penniless before, and I was still worried about how to earn spirit coins. Now there is the Fountain of Life formula. You can try to make the Fountain of Life and sell it. It resembles a fountain of life in memory. Culture agents are only created. What can be made by a teacher? The prices are scary. Then the legendary Fountain of Life. It should be able to sell at a good price. I plan to wait until after entering Spark University. Began to try to make the Fountain of Life. At the same time, Lei Yang and Su Xiao have also distributed rewards. After the Thunder Hellbear and the Ice Spirit Civet ate the epic energy fruit, the level has also been raised to Bronze 6. And the other reward is the Helmet of Enchantment Epic. Like the Holy Water Bottom Blessing Necklace, it is also worn for imperial beasts. Name, Helmet of Enchantment Epic. Effect, after the beast wears it. At the same level, it can effectively resist epic qualifications. A charming spiritual attack launched by the beast. I seriously suspect that this charm helmet is. It is made of centered constant steel. And the helmet that Su Zian said to build. There's a high probability that this is it, seeing that the two have sorted out the rewards. I slowly walked up to the front. The mission is over. Let's go back now. Su Xiao nodded. I lifted the subworld core and was about to teleport, suddenly interrupted by Lei Yang. Brother Jiang. What's wrong? I looked at Lei Yang suspiciously. Lei Yang twisted for a long time, his face turned red. Brother Jiang, if you come to Kyoto in the future, be sure to find me. Lei Yang, your brain made the donkey kick. I haven't reacted yet. Su Xiao took the lead in passing. Brother Jiang is also going to Spark University later. You won't be able to see it then. How? The young master of the Lei family wants to give up the exam. Lei Yang was instantly comforted and speechless. See you at the University of Najiang. I was really amused by this kid Lei Yang and nodded. Subworld core trigger. The three figures disappeared on the island in an instant. At the same time, in the space palace, Su Xian stood in front of the Blu-ray screen with his hands behind his back. The screen represents Jiang Lin's 3 points of light. There has been no movement for a long time. And the light point is only a little bit away from the core position. Head coach. It's been so long. They haven't moved yet. Will it fail? The person in charge of the palace wanted to speak but stopped. The scarlet energy fluctuations on the console were still beating. As early as when I and they encountered a group of cold-blooded crocodile monsters. The console has already captured the information of the monster. A full 30 bronze 6th order monsters. There was even a leader with bronze rank 8 immortal qualifications. Can those 3 children really succeed?